everybody, this is DJ Dank again, contacting you from below in the DVD dungeon, where I sit here and toil away watching movies so I can recommend them to you to make your life a little better. So, sometimes you just pick up movies at in the dustbin for $1 or $2, or I haven't seen those for a while. Well, a few weeks ago I recommended Halloween 3, and I actually got recommended to get the new Shout release on it, which I did. Of course, I did flip it over to the original artwork that I knew. I always have the choice of putting. Let's see here. Let's take this out so you can see. But that's also the artwork you can choose. I liked it as well. That's the way it came. But this will always be Halloween 3 to movie. And I'm not going to waste a lot of time on it. But the extras are fantastic. It's like a 35-minute documentary, and then there's like a 25-minute show on the locations and 2 audio commentaries. Yay, Shout! Go on their website and buy lots of stuff from them because they're putting out good product. So anyway, then I rented this movie, and I didn't rent it. God, how 80s of me. So I didn't rent it. I bought it at the thrift store for $1. But I liked the stars, and the stars were Paul Newman, Joan Woodward, and also Marie Chevalier and Thelma Ritter. So Thelma Ritter is one of the all-time great character actors in history. You can watch her in any movie, and she steals every scene she's in. Thelma Ritter rocks. Say that 3 times fast. But be it like All About Eve or all the other movies that she's been in, Thelma Ritter is a great scene stealer. And to be in this movie, so this movie takes place. It's like Joan Woodward is the repressed, boyish reporter who also designs fashion, and she's gone to Paris for the fashion show. And Paul Newman, he's like this kind of cad playboy newspaper guy, and so he ends up meeting her after she's had her like self all done up because she's so ordinary and she's trying to like put zing into her life. So she ends up acting like a prostitute and telling him all the dirty stuff of his life, of her life, and then he starts printing it and it becomes famous, and then people get upset. Anyway, the plot doesn't matter. The things to watch it for are star power and fashion. This movie was made in 1963, widescreen, Technicolor, with all kinds, that it's all supposed to be taking place during Fashion Week in Paris. So all there is in this movie are people dressed up crazy all the time. Crazy color all the time, super cool. Marie Chevalier comes up and is actually Marie Chevalier. And it is like a very strange movie. Is it good? No way. But it does have these kind of Ross Hunter, which means bright, sparkly, high gloss, late 50s, early 60s Hollywood product, production value. So it looks amazing. It has all these great stars, and again, fashion. So it blew me away. Like I said, it wasn't a particularly good movie, especially by today's standards, the way that she behaves, or him. Both of them. Neither of them completely likable, but boy, that Thelma Ritter is still ever seen, and I love her. And also, the guy that she plays against, who's the head of the fashion house, is the guy that was Abner on Bewitched. I don't remember his name, but I saw the TV screen and went, "Oh, Abner!" So anyway, and then the last but not least, here is a movie that needs to be rediscovered because it's a fucking classic that got completely misunderstood and ignored when it came out. Blake Edwards' S.O.B. That's right, it's the movie where Mary Poppins, Sound of Music Maria, Julie Andrews shows her boobies, because it is this savage, black Hollywood satire where Blake Edwards openly goes out after certain people in his life that have been against him, have done things in his life. This is basically based back in like 1969 or so. Blake Edwards and Julie Andrews were like the team. They were married, and they made this movie called Star with Rock Hudson. That was this big, giant musical, big budget. Of course, this is at a time when Easy Rider had come out, Bonnie and Clyde, the whole moviescape was changing, Hollywood product was no more, and this was like one of those last gasp of the Hollywood. Same thing with Painted Wagon. Just not movies that were, this one, but anyway, at that time, it came out and it was savaged. Blake Edwards, and it was just taken apart for making a piece of crap. It was just awful. So these wounds festered for a while, and what came of it was S.O.B. It's about a director who it starts right after his big giant extravaganza movie has come out, and it's the all-time biggest flop in the history of the world. And what does he do and what is his decision on how he's going to make it better? Well, why not turn it into a porno? So this didn't flow in 1979 in Hollywood, and this movie was pretty much just savaged by the critics like everything else. But you watch it now, and it is like this brilliant satire. It is so mean-spirited and fun. I think maybe in this movie, 2 or 3 things that are done that are actually done out of the love of a character instead of like for the character to get something out of it. Loretta Swit has some funny scenes as the gossip columnist that is like the butt of Blake Edwards' very nasty sense of humor. He abuses and hurts her in ways, and you find out it's based on the actual gossip columnist who had savaged him during the Star years. And, this movie has Larry Hagman. Of course, it stars Richard Mulligan from S.O.B. Sorry, I brain farted on that one. And of course, it has in one of his last amazing roles, William Holden. So William Holden not only is in this, but he's also in Sunset Boulevard and, so many other great films. But 2 really brilliant Hollywood lashings. Black, acid black comedy. And Julie Andrews, who does show her boobies, and they're quite lovely. Thank you very much. But it's not a perfect film, but it's a deeply personal film, and it's highly worth seeking out. I got it off the Warner Archives when they had one of their, buy 5 movies for $50 sales. But it was really worth it. The whole movie just starts with this guy running down the Malibu beach and has a heart attack with his dog by him, and the dog stays there and waits for somebody to come and help. He even tries to go get some help, and nobody gives a shit because it's Hollywood. So S.O.B., do yourself the favor. So these are just 3 random movies that I really enjoyed getting and putting into my dungeon. So this is DJ Dank. You can find me on Facebook. Underthegoldengate.com is where you can find Film Feud, my film series. And then, of course, on the YouTube, subscribe, like, share, comment. Love it. And we love you, and I love the movies, if you can't tell. And so this is DJ Dank in the dungeon, and we'll see you soon.